Yeah, it's about time. Let's do it. Ginger Runner. What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another GingerRunner.com review, and today is a shoe that is the third version of a shoe I have reviewed twice. Wow, we're off to a great start. From Brooks, it is the PureGrit 3. Oh, hello, red shoe of glory. First, I'd like to thank my friends over at runningshoes.com for hooking me up with a pair of the Brooks PureGrit 3 for review. Thanks, guys, I appreciate it. Now let's get on with this thing. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you might remember the PureGrit 1 review, my PureGrit 2 review, and how I felt about those two shoes. A little reminder, or in case you don't know, the PureGrit 1 was one of my favorite early trail running shoes. It was cushioned, it was flexible, didn't have tons of grip, but it had a lot of good things going for it, and I was really excited about it. Then Brooks went along and built the PureGrit 2, which I felt was a total failure. Attempted to fix the issues that I had with the first version, but only made things worse. So when I heard that the PureGrit 3 had hit the market, I was concerned, because a part of me was like, oh, they're probably gonna make it worse again. But the reality is different, and I am excited to say that the PureGrit 3 is almost a combination of all things good PureGrit 1 and PureGrit 2, but a couple negatives of its own. Regardless, I'm loving running in this shoe. I think it's really solid, and I'm gonna tell you all about why right about now. Things I like about the PureGrit 3. Flexible. Woo, look at that. I can bend this thing all sorts of ways. It's like a gymnast. Ew. Which is a vast difference from the PureGrit 2, which had a one-piece outsole, which I felt really inhibited its flexibility. The PureGrit 3 does have a one-piece outsole, however, it does have some flex grooves in there, which actually work, and I don't feel like the outsole is as thick, so it makes for a flexible shoe. Responsive. I really enjoyed the cushioning of the PureGrit 1. I didn't enjoy the stiffness of the PureGrit 2. It was a really dead ride for me. But what I like about the PureGrit 3 is that the insole and the EVA midsole material make for a cushioned yet responsive ride. You feel fast, it's got great toe off, it's nimble, I really dig it. They finally found this nice balance of the two. Protection. Not only do we have a ballistic rock plate here in the forefoot underneath the outsole rubber, but we have a pretty bomb-proof upper. Tons of overlays, it's a little bit thicker, but it's holding up really well with all the mileage that I put onto it. I mean, you can throw anything at this thing and it's not gonna hurt your foot, which is good. I don't think you'll ever encounter shoe punching, but in case you do, it works. Wide toe box. Now this is actually something I like about the PureGrit series in general, was that Brooks decided to make the toe box of these shoes a little bit wider, which is weird because the rest of the Pure line doesn't necessarily have that same feature. What's great is that with the wider toe box, you do get a little toe play, well that's a naughty word, and toe splay, which is fantastic, especially for trail running. I really enjoy the width of this shoe. For those of you who have really wide feet, it still might not be wide enough for you, but compared to the trend in trail running shoes getting narrower and narrower, it's nice to see that a shoe is still retaining that width up there in the forefoot. But it's not all Belgian waffles with whipped cream. There are some things I dislike about the PureGrit 3. Outsole wear. That's right, despite the fact that it looks like a nice rugged outsole, which it is, it sure doesn't last very long. With around 60 miles on the shoe, I'm already getting some of these lugs to wear down completely, and that is a bummer. I like to get at least a couple hundred miles out of a pair of shoes before it really shows signs of wear. Unfortunately, this guy is totally premature in that department. Thick upper. As I mentioned, the upper features so many different types of materials used as overlays that it just makes for a thick, heat-retaining upper, and that is a disappointment, especially for those of us who tend to get hot feet or like our shoes to breathe. Just a lot of material used. It's all just very heavy. Navband. And I'll actually just say kind of this general area is bad. So not only is Brooks still deciding to use the navband, which is worthless, adds weight, gets in the way, but Ethan, how do you really feel? The other problem is that the upper has these weird curves, so as you tighten down the laces, the two curves tend to touch, so you get no more pull in either side of the upper. So if you really need to tighten down your shoes for some of those crazy descents, good luck. Your shoes will only get so tight because the upper touches and cannot be tightened anymore. It also inhibits custom lacing where you might need one area a little bit looser than another area. It's just problematic. And trying to keep the tongue in one place, good luck. Because of the navband, you don't have any of those loopholes in the tongue where you can put the laces through to keep it in place. It's just gonna slide all over. Oh yeah, it's just a real mess up in there. Heavy. The shoe is about 10.5 plus ounces, which in my mind is heavy for a shoe that is supposed to be a more moderate neutral runner. I mean, if we're dealing with a maximal cushion shoe, then I can expect a 10-ounce shoe. But we're dealing with a shoe that has a lower stack height and a lower heel drop. That's just heavy. Someone's been eating too many desserts, and it's the Brooks PureGrit 3. And finally, these two lateral side outsole lumps. These two bumps on the lateral side of the shoe have gotten in the way on my foot strike. As I'm going downhill, my foot tends to strike first on the lateral side and roll in, as is normal. The problem with that is that with these two lumps on that outside of the foot, they tend to strike first, which can cause some high amounts of pressure on that outside part of the foot, which results in pain. It's generally uncomfortable. But that's it for dislikes, so do not get me wrong. I think that the PureGrit 3 is the best of the PureGrit series yet. I think that they're dialing in this shoe, which is good. They have some work to do ahead of them. Hopefully the PureGrit 4 takes care of some of those problems, but it's a huge step forward from the PureGrit 2, which I've really just disliked in general. So now let's talk about points. Quality, 4 out of 5. I think they're doing some really good things here. I had to dock them a point for the outsole wear, as well as this whole region being terrible. Comfort, also 4 out of 5. I really like that it's a more responsive ride. The insole allows a little bit more cushioning, but it's still really fun and fast. I think it's a nice shoe, so 4 out of 5 on the comfort zone. Price, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 at $120. It's that borderline between 3 out of 5 and 4 out of 5 for me. I will round up because I do think you get a pretty decent shoe that will last you a while, and it's great for ripping down some of that single track, so it's fun, I dig it. But I do think it will go on sale soon, which will save you a lot of money. And finally, looks, 4 out of 5. I think it's a pretty good looking shoe. Really only one color stay, and that is the red with the yellow, green bottom and blue accents. I think that's fine. I like it, 4 out of 5. That brings our grand total to 16 out of 20. Solid score for the Brooks PureGrit 3. So now I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. Have you run in the PureGrit 3? Do you like it as much as me? Do you not like it as much as me? Do you have problems with it, or do you have a lot of good things to say about it? Let me know in the comments below. Another shout out to runningshoes.com for hooking me up with this pair for review. I appreciate it. Go visit runningshoes.com. Let them know that the Ginger Runner sent you. Who knows what might happen. And that is it for today's review. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you like this video, make sure that you like, share it, and subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner. I'm posting videos, reviews, all the sorts of stuff like every single week. You can also follow me on all the social networks. Over on Twitter, it's @thegingerrunner. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/thegingerrunner. On Instagram, it's @EthanNewberry. And of course, gingerrunner.com, a nice, beautiful new website for you to go and enjoy and read blogs and race reports and all that good stuff. And make sure that you tune in every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Why? I do live shows, Ginger Runner Live, every single Monday with guests, and we have a chat room, and it's all interactive. It's a lot of fun. The giveaway stuff, too. Lots of good giveaways coming up. Really excited about that. So that's it for today's show. Hope you guys are getting out there training hard, racing harder, and partying the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week. Train, race, beer, and a goodbye.